So I bought a cheap tire machine off Amazon and I've had it for a year. So this is my review on how it's been. I started off looking at Marketplace, as you do. Everything was very expensive and way out of my price range, and these guys are used. And the cheaper ones are like 30 years old and are probably broken. But then a buddy of mine told me about the ones on Amazon. He had one and he loved it. At $1,200 shipped to my doorstep, that was a pretty good deal. So I bought one.
Many months later.
And overall, on Cut to the Chase, it's been great. I'm glad I have it since I've been drifting a lot the past year. So I've been going through a lot of tires, as you can see. Even with all these extra tire racks, I still don't have enough space for tires. I honestly haven't been keeping track on how many tires I've mounted and dismounted on this machine. But if I had to guess, I've probably done about 7 sets, give or take. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but I am just one person. This isn't a shop, it's not a business. So if you look at it like that, it is quite a lot. That's 28 tires, something like that. I've also dismounted tires without putting them back on, so who's counting? And on average, it probably costs me between $80 to $100 to have a set mounted. So roughly I've saved $700. Like I said, this thing was only $1,200 shipped to my door. So I'm already a little over halfway on paying this thing off. Everything still works and operates fine. Actually, was using this a while before I realized if you push up on this, it goes the opposite way. I did not know that at first. I've had no issues with like the plumbing of air, no leaks, nothing funny like that. It's not rusting to pieces or rattling itself loose or anything out of the ordinary. But let's go over some of the negative sides of it. Probably one of the biggest things is I think anything over like a 255, it does struggle, which I believe is a height issue. But you can buy a adapter, like a little piece that bolts under this guy to raise it up to make doing larger diameter tires a little easier. But luckily the biggest tires I have are 255s. I have quite a few of those. And by far the biggest downside drawback to this particular machine is it doesn't have the additional arms to help you out and press down on the tire to help in dismantling. Having that extra arm really helps a lot. I bought a secondary pry bar to help with it, but it's still a big pain in the butt, especially on thicker tires. But you can buy a attachment that bolts on to that machine, which I definitely plan on doing. I think that would definitely make using this a lot nicer, a lot easier. But to be honest, I haven't used a other tire machine in a very long time, like maybe 17, 18 years. I've actually used a tire machine before buying this one, so I don't have a ton of experience to kind of compare to. But I did work at Ford and had the luxury of using a nicer, more advanced machine now. But prior to that, I worked at a salvage yard where I just dismounted tires using a very, very old ancient machine. So final verdict, yeah, awesome, works great, does exactly what I needed to do. It's been very handy having it around. I don't have to go to the tire shop on the weekends or when I have days off. I can just do it at night anytime I need it, because it's right here. I do not regret my purchase. If I had to do it again, I would do it again. But I do regret one, actually I regret 2 things about this. I would have bought the one with the extra arm, because that would save a lot of headache. And 2, I would have bought the package that comes with the tire balancer as well. Originally, I was going to buy a tire balancer separate But it is far cheaper to buy it as a package deal. Probably have to do a lot of shipping. And if you came here from my last video where I built this carport, thank you, and I'll give you a quick update. It's probably been up for about 2 weeks now. I've done some additions. I've added some lights so I can see. I added a gutter. Doesn't look the best, but it works. Have it coming out at 2 spots. It is bolted to the carport at 10 different spots. It is also anchored to the dirt at a few spots. Most of them are buried. You can't see them. But it's been doing great. It's doing its job. But I will probably do a real review on this guy once it's time. Of course, I gotta wait a year. So if you made it this far in the video, I thank you. And I suggest you hit that subscribe button down there. Because, yeah, I'm always coming out with other stuff, new videos. I know not a ton of people even need or want a tire machine. But if you do, this is a great option. I don't regret it at all. And like I said, it'll eventually pay itself off. And if you think I should do more of these cheap, like Temu, Amazon buys, let me know in the comments on what you'd like to see, and I will see you next time. Peace.